something going on.
There's something
I just have to
going
get it
on.
out of you. That's all. I just have to keep
We're
asking questions.
We're going to a wine bar downtown. Gist.
Oh, nice.
Gist. Never been there before. I think I've walked in before, but I've never partaked in the activities. So I'm excited for that.
Okay, well, good. Good for you.
I know. So I'll be around downtown, seeing what's going on.
Very
But
good.
you, Scott, are you going to stay inside because it's going to be
Actually, we have
cold.
a birthday. I don't know if we want to call them birthday parties.
Are we going to the same birthday
party? Gathering? No, I don't think we are. We
Okay.
are. Melanie's cousin turns 40, I believe.
Wow. My friend is not turning 40,
Okay.
but you know,
25.
dude, look, I brought my coat with and now I'm thinking about it as we're getting ready for this weekend. You all might need this too.
That's a great transition because we do have colder temperatures coming in this weekend. And you mentioned that chance for snow. I really think this will set up in north central, northeastern South Dakota, say from Mobridge, Aberdeen, Watertown, into western Minnesota to include Marshall. So those areas and to the north, that's the best chance we have at seeing the accumulating snow. Can we get snow in Sioux Falls? Yes, we could get flurries. Burst of light snow will be possible. Anything we get will not add up to too much. And the thing about the snow for this weekend, no matter where you are at, it will melt by the time we get into Monday, Tuesday. Melting temperatures in the forecast, well above average temperatures as we get into next week. So whatever new snow you do get, a lot of this will melt as we go through next week.
And Scott, I'm sure you talk a lot more about this on weather or not, right?
We will, and we'll also talk a little bit about maybe some thunderstorm chances getting into the forecast. That's typical as we go through the month of March. So enjoy these last couple of days of February.
I miss rainy weather. I just love a good excuse to stay indoors. And so when weather comes around and does something bizarre,
what you're like, oh, it's sunny and 70. I have to go outside.
Oh, yeah. No. We don't play about that. Yesterday, I was outside. It was a
You just
little
had
bit
any
windy.
excuse to stay inside.
Well, not when it's sunny.
Okay.
If it's
All
windy.
right.
Okay, if it's windy, if it's rainy, if it's snowy. That's about it, right?
Sleep.
I'm like asking you if that's about it for me to stay indoors. That's about it. No, yesterday I was outside and I was walking a lot because it was gorgeous out. But the day before, I think I lied to you because I told you that I was going to go outside and enjoy the weather, but it was this was on Tuesday. It was way too windy.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not going to go outside. I'm going to go to my gym instead to get my little walk in.
That's fine. You're still active.
I have to be because I'm trying. But yesterday, it was a little bit windy. Didn't mind it. Didn't mind it too much. I was outside. I was walking.
Now, it will be windy today, too. You will notice some wind. And that high temperature today, around 60 in Sioux Falls, that will happen early in the afternoon.
I'm enjoying it now so that for the rest of the weekend, I can stay indoors or go into indoor venues around the Kellerland area. Like, for example, this next guest that we're going to have on Boredom Busters. We're exploring what the Sioux Falls Game Chest has to offer. Are you a big board game fan, Scott?
And I've been there.
You've been there?
Chest, yes, we have as a family. I think we've picked out a couple of games from there.
Really? Well, they have a lot of Pokemon events going on this weekend and more actual physical board games for you to play. So if you're a physical game lover, stick around. We're going to learn more about the Sioux Falls Game Chest when we come back on Boredom Busters. And welcome back to Boredom Busters. If you ever have a chance to check out the Kellerland events calendar on kellerland.com, you'll see that the Sioux Falls Game Chest has plenty of options for you to choose from. And it made me curious. So let's hear from one co-owner about what makes the venue so special and what's going on this weekend. Jasmine joining us at the digital desk now. For someone who has never been inside the Sioux Falls Game Chest before, how would you describe that atmosphere or that experience to them?
That's fair. So I would say we try to have a system of welcomingness to the store. So we have people normally in the back playing games. They're willing to have anybody come in and like look over their shoulder, see what's going on, regardless if it's a card game, board game, etc. We try to be super welcoming. I know that that's not perfect because sometimes we are in the middle of conversations with others, but just like acknowledging it can be scary a little bit, I would say. Like the first couple of times that I went into Game Chest before I became an owner, walking in the back door was much more welcoming than walking in the front door because you see all the product and there's multiple shelves and different units and all these games and it's like an overload.
Yeah, so it's almost like overwhelming because there's so many options and different experiences to take, right? Because what kind of games are we talking about here?
So mostly board games. We do have some that are called TCGs or like trading card games. So you can see board games for kids as young as 4 years old, all the way up to some of them actually say 99 years old. On the games.
Wow. And I saw online on your guys' website that Game Chest is described as more than a game store. It's building a community. What does that mean to you and the other co-owners?
That's a good question. So for me, personally, the building the community aspect of it is making sure that everyone feels welcome and safe in that space, regardless of your beliefs, and making sure that every interaction that you have there is a positive one. And if there is a negative one, working with transparency and honesty to figure out what happened and how to move forward from there.
How did Game Chest get started in Sioux Falls? What kind of need or demand was seen?
So I was not part of the original ownership team. So when they started in 2017, there wasn't really many game stores in town that had board games. It was more so Warhammer or miniatures and a small amount of card game stores. I know that like Dragon's Den was around at that time. They have board games, but they have a much smaller selection than we do. So from there, Amanda and Ben at that time had wanted a place that was welcoming where they felt like they could be themselves, but also have fun and explore the board game and game space in general much more than they were at that time.
So then when you started and became a part of Game Chest, how have you seen that space and that desire to play like physical games grow?
When we first started, it was a big season of transition for Game Chest. So Ben was no longer an owner at that time. Amanda was the only owner and had a small team of employees come on. So starting there, it did feel like the store needed kind of like a refresh or like an injection of energy into it. So that's why we've worked on building all of these weekend events. We do weekday events too, just to give people a chance to come in and have that experience of getting to play with other people instead of just playing online on like Board Game Arena or trying to play card games online via webcam. At least this gives a place where people can have that in-person connection.
That's a great point, actually, now that you say that. I see a lot of these types of games go online and you can play them virtually. So that idea of like the physical media in a way, in an open space is so refreshing. And with the weekend coming up pretty soon, what events do you have going on this weekend?
So we have a couple of our recurring weekly events. So on Friday, we're going to have at 6 p.m., we have, Marvel Champions. I can remember it. And then we're also celebrating Pokemon Day, which I think is super cute. Look at how cute it is.
Wait, hold on. Let me get it. Yup.
So Pokemon is celebrating their 30th anniversary this year. And they've done some specialty products that have been coming out. So this came out earlier this month, but they did send us a couple to like give away. So I'm very excited to get to do that on Friday and Sunday. So we're having 2 Pokemon Day celebrations since not everyone can attend a Friday night. Then on Saturday, we're doing a Keyforge tournament, which is a card game where they buy a deck that's already pre-built and they just play. Then we're also doing at 1 p.m. White Castle tournament. So White Castle
Yes, more props.
is White Castle is a board game. It is, you want to be strategic. The problem is with it, and it's not really a problem, you have 9 turns. So every single turn and action that you do has to count. Otherwise, you have a super low score and it doesn't feel good.
I'm too competitive. I feel like I get way into that one.
I am too, and that's why I don't play it in person a lot, because I know that I'm like, oh.
You know your boundaries.
Yes,
When it
exactly.
gets too far.
Exactly.
With these events too, are these usually like reoccurring events, or is like this weekend, for example, kind of special? What does that typically look like?
So in a way, they're all reoccurring events. So we try to have a couple of board game tournaments every single month on a Saturday. We always have Pokemon on Sunday for League. We always have Riftbound on Sunday for a League. We have Blood on the Clock Tower, which is like a social deduction game. Not really a League, but that's every Sunday too. Like we try to have these recurring events where maybe you weren't ready the first time that you saw the event, but that next time you have a little bit more courage to come in and connect with people, like we'll always be here. That's our goal.
And for someone who may be watching right now, who maybe can't attend like this weekend per se, or maybe they're a little scared to step out of their comfort zone and go to an open space and play some games, but they have that desire to, what would you say to that person so that they do make the next step and actually come out?
I know it's scary, is what I'm going to say. The best thing that I've found, especially having been someone who stepped into becoming an owner and not knowing a ton about Board Game Store, is there's always going to be somebody there that's welcoming. There's always at least one person that's there that's willing to connect. And once you make that first connection, it's so much easier to connect with everyone else in that space because they're all genuinely there just to do something fun.
That just sounds like what makes, for me at this point, what makes Sioux Falls Game Chest so special. What else do you think makes Game Chest so special, especially for our area?
I think it's the community specifically. Like, we have some of the nicest people who shop there, who play games there, who support us in the shadows for us to be able to be seen more. And that's honestly like the coolest thing that we've gotten. Like, we have special hours now, or what we call secret hours on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we're technically open 7 days a week. But we have 2 days a week where we actually lock the front door, the back door is open, and you're allowed to come in and play games and shop the retail space. And that all started because the community was like, hey, we want somewhere to play, and we'd love to be able to play games with you guys. How can we make that happen?
Wow. Is there anything else that you would like our viewers to know about the Sioux Falls Game Chest?
Not really. It just, I know it can be a little overwhelming walking in that front door the first time and seeing all the games, but definitely come check it out. You'll find either something that you're super interested in, or you'll leave with a bunch of ideas on games that you want to design or games that you want to play. Like, it's really eye-opening and mind-opening.
You can design games.
Yes. So there's a group in Sioux Falls that designs games. We have a local designer. His name's Derek Olson. He's actually designed games that have been mass-produced and picked up by other game publishers in the area.
What?
Yeah.
Sold. Bury the lead, Jasmine. Bury the lead. I've been holding on to this one for a while, so I think I'll end this segment with this. Sioux Falls Game Chest just had a crit hit to my heart. You like it?
I love it.
To find more events, head to www.sfgamechest.com. Again, that's www.sfgamechest.com. Up next, we're going to look at some more events to wrap up Black History Month and a preview of the state wrestling matchups this weekend. You're watching Boredom Busters. Stay with us. And welcome back to Boredom Busters. Let's talk about a couple of weekend events going on this weekend. Black History Month is coming to a close. And if you're looking for a few events to finish off the month, the NAACP has 3 different events coming up this weekend. And we have more information about those dates and times posted under this story on KELOLAND.com. The story would be Black History Month events to catch before February ends. And again, this story is on KELOLAND.com. Up next, one of the largest high school sporting events in South Dakota is underway in Sioux Falls. Travis Fossing talks with fans and tells us what makes the state wrestling tournament so special.
The state wrestling tournament dates back to 1960 and now includes both boys and girls. It's 8 mats of near nonstop action and never fails to draw a crowd.
All the different athletes, all the different weights, so much hard work and determination they put in there. They put hours and hours dieting and exercise and all this like mental ability. It's just really awesome to see individual events that are on par with this.
Hannah Irk is a teacher at Harding County, where her son is a freshman wrestler and qualified for state. Her favorite aspect of the tournament is the elite athletes.
Sometimes you don't know where they're going to go later, what they're going to do, and cheering them on. You know, the underdog beats the one who's supposed to win. It's just so exciting. The crowds get into it. There's so much excitement in the stands.
Very passionate. The crazy wrestling mom thing is true for sure. Dads cry, moms cry, grandparents are here. Just for my son and my nephew, I think we've got over probably 25 family members here.
Chris Johnson is a former wrestler. He's cheering on his son, who's a senior at Webster, and always looks forward to the crowds at state.
Just the atmosphere, especially when you get to small towns. You know, they only bring 1 kid, but they might bring 50 fans. That's what I love.
When it comes to preferred host, Sioux Falls or Rapid City, it's a small sample size, but sounds like advantage West River.
The drive to Sioux Falls is nice from Webster. Rapids usually got better weather, I guess. So.
Well, I'm close to Rapid City, so I like that one because there's more chance for the people to get out and see all of the different parts of the hills besides just the tournament.
All right, something to do for Sioux Falls this weekend. The state wrestling tournaments return to Rapid City, though, in 2027 and 28. But this year's tourney runs through Saturday with championship matches. I almost said matches. Sorry, those championship matches begin at 1 o'clock. Again, that's for this Saturday. I think that's all the little weekend events I wanted to get to for this portion of Boredom Busters, but Stay with us. Perry Groten will be joining us to read his iconic Boredom Busters list. So you'll have plenty of weekend events to choose from for both Saturday and Sunday in the Killaland area. Stay with us. Perry Groten's joining us when we come back for more Boredom Busters. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Boredom Busters. It is time to bring on Perry Groten.
Hey.
Hi, Perry. All right, let's talk about Saturday, Perry.
Okay, Saturday's events and some of the Sundays too. The Sioux Empire Home Show features local experts to help you with the latest in home trends and remodeling ideas. The home show is taking place at the Sioux Falls Convention Center from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday's hours are 11 to 4. Admission is $8, free for ages 12 and under. Bish's RV in T is hosting an RV show at the Expo Center of the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. You can check out their inventory on display from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday's hours are 10 to 4. Refresh your wardrobe with gently used clothing, shoes, and bags during the Winter Closet Sale to benefit Dress for Success Sioux Falls. The sale is taking place from 9 a.m. to noon at the MB Downtown Gym. Fill a large bag with anything you like for just $35.
I am probably going to be taking advantage of this one.
Have you gone there before?
Yeah, because they have these like almost seasonally or something like that.
Yeah.
I missed the last one, so this one I'm like, I have to. It's on my calendar.
Are you going to fill your bag?
$35.
There you go.
Betcha.
All right. Speaking of sales, Apple Tree West Child Center in Sioux Falls is hosting a rummage sale. Items include baby essentials, kids' toys, books, clothes, home decor, and household goods, all priced to go from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ransom Church in Sioux Falls is hosting a Lego Family Fun event. Kids and their parents can play with a wide assortment of Legos of all sizes from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Just don't step on them.
Just don't stay out there. they hurt. Shop for produce, flowers, and baked goods and artwork at the Winter Farmers Market. It's taking place twice a month through April from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Mosaic Arts and Events in Sioux Falls. This is the final day you can take part in the voting for a couple of local food competitions. The Southside Slam, which rates sandwich created at 16 restaurants on the south side of Sioux Falls, while the Sioux Empire Pizza Battle is being waged at 11 Sioux Falls restaurants. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to local charities. Drop-in crafts at AMC Collective in Sioux Falls include creating your own shamrock suncatcher, leprechaun magnet, and rainbow terrarium. The hours are 11 to 4. Sunday's hours are 1 to 4. It's a busy day for sports in Sioux Falls. The state individual wrestling tournaments for both high school boys and girls are taking place at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, while the Northern Sun men's and women's basketball tournaments are taking place at the Sanford Pentagon. Great Shots indoor driving range in Sioux Falls features new wind walls to help your tee shots fly straight. Today's hours are noon to 10 p.m. Sunday's hours are noon to 5. And the local theater group Rowdy Ravens presents Wanted Robin Hood at the Palace Theater in Laverne, Minnesota. The performances are at 7 p.m. Saturday and 2 p.m. on Sunday. Tickets are $5.
What a great name. Rowdy Ravens.
Yes.
I love that. All right, Perry, let's get right into Sunday's list.
Sunday, there's a lot going on too. Can you believe we're starting a new month?
No, I can't. You're talking about the end of Slamwich and the pizza battle thing. And I'm like, my gosh.
Now we got Mash Madness kicking off in downtown Sioux Falls.
It keeps growing.
And this is, I believe, the 10th annual competition. It's pitting local breweries, bars, and coffee shops serving their most creative beverages. The businesses are offering craft beers, cocktails, as well as non-alcoholic options for customers to vote on through the end of the month. American Legion Post 15 in Sioux Falls is hosting an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Serving time is 8:30 to noon at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance. The cost is $8 for adults and $2 for children. It is still skiing and snowboarding season in the northern Black Hills. That snow keeps hanging around out there.
I love that you say it's still.
Terry Peak Ski Area is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Time. The Old Courthouse Museum in downtown Sioux Falls is featuring the exhibit Parades, Picnics, and Pageants South Dakota Celebrates in commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the United States. The exhibit includes images from the Killaland Gold Rush from 1961. Museum hours are noon to 5. Spend a day at a zoo in Sioux Falls. The Great Plains Zoo is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The new Reptile Adventure Zoo is open from 11 to 6. Lace up a pair of skates at Jacobson Plaza in downtown Sioux Falls. The Ice Ribbon, open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Admission is $5. Skate rentals are $3. Take a winter dip in the pool at the Midco Aquatic Center in Sioux Falls. Today's hours are noon to 5. The West Side Recreation Center off Ellis Road also features a pool along with workout area and play areas for kids. Today's hours are 10 to 5. The Wells Fargo Cinedome and Sweetman Planetarium features T-Rex, Unseen Universe, 321 Liftoff, Wings Over Water, and Experience the Aurora. Movies playing at the Historic State Theater in downtown Sioux Falls include The Testament of Ann Lee, rated R, It Was Just an Accident, rated PG-13, and K-Pop Demon Hunters, rated PG. And new in theaters this weekend, Scream 7, rated R.
7?
7. You'd think they'd be hoarse by now after having 6 previous iterations of that franchise.
Wow, that's crazy. I was just waiting for one of these movies to at least be rated R so you could say it, but
Well,
there we go. We can do a Scream.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite articles that we did, I think this had to have been last year, was from Ray Yost, and it was about the movie K-Pop Demon Hunters. And I have to remember the headline correctly, because I believe it was something like, what is a K-pop? Where are the demon hunters in South Dakota or something like that? And it was just explaining the hype over this movie. So it's cool that it's coming back to the State Theater again, because I know that's a really popular one, especially ahead of Oscars season.
That's right.
For all the film lovers who care about that.
Yeah.
Perry, we're running out of time. Anything else you want our viewers to know?
Other than just don't be bored.
Don't be bored. Watch the morning newscast. Perry's going to read these lists again. Have some fun. I think that's all we have to say. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Stay warm this weekend, and we hope we helped you find something to do. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have a great weekend, everyone.
See ya.